Hey, it's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures. It's been a while since I've done a video of a toy unboxing, but I really wanted to talk to parents about this series and these toys because I was kind of hesitant at first about The Last Kids on Earth, but then when I read it and I saw the characters and the fun that they were having, it was like it was really really cool. Kids doing like outrageous things when they're caught in a zombie apocalypse, but also a monster apocalypse, and there's all sorts of things that are happening, and you see these kids banding together to become really good friends. And so I've been reading the series. I love the series now. I've been reading it like crazy. It is also okay. It's also a show on Netflix. Okay, on Netflix you can see book one and book two, and it follows the books really well. We've read one, two. I've read three, and I'm on four right now. There's also a fifth book, and then a sixth book just came out, which is features specifically on a character named June, and June del Toro, and that is really cool that June gets her own book. Now, I apologize that my hands kind of look zombie-like because I had a spray painting incident, and yeah, well, whatever. But I also wanted to say I want to thank the folks at Jakks Pacific because they sent me a huge box of the Last Kids on Earth toys. I was at Toy Fair back in February, and I was leaving the Jakks Pacific booth, and there was this one little shelf there, like display, and it had the Last Kids on Earth toys in it. And I was super excited because I had been reading The Last Kids on Earth and I really liked it, and my son really likes it as well. It's something that we can do together. And that's what I like about that. We can read the books together, we can talk about them, we can talk about the characters and how the characters grow and change throughout the different books, and the importance of friendship, and there's a lot of really cool things that are happening in these books. But I want to show you the really cool toys. Now the first thing is going to be the most well known is the Louisville Slicer. This is Jack Sullivan's weapon of choice. This is super cool. You can push the button here and it'll make some different noises. It has like 50 different noises and sounds, but there also are battle stages where, say, you spend the first part of the time fighting zombies and stuff like that, and then you can fight like Dozers and other monsters that are part of the new world there that is Wakefield. And so that is the Louisville Slicer. I'll show you that a little bit closer. I'll take it out in a moment. Now, in the first book, when the kids go and they try to save June del Toro, there ends up being this zombie ball, like this monster ball that chases them, and it's full of zombies, just like all wrapped around each other. It's actually kind of hilarious in the show, and so you got this ball, and it makes all sorts of creepy noises. Interesting. Okay, big stuff in here. And real big stuff is Blarg. Okay, Blarg is that monster that Jack Sullivan fights and defeats in the first book. And I mean, spoiler, sorry. If you haven't read the first book, Blarg is the one that is after Jack. And now we got this really cool Blarg toy, and it has different action. You can push one of his spikes in the back, and he'll move in different action like that. So we'll look at that a little closer. Oh my goodness. Okay, and speaking of June del Toro, here is the action figure pack with June del Toro with a couple of zombies. So there's different zombies, and each of these zombies that are in the show, you'll see in the show that the kids don't try to kill the zombies or anything like that. They figure, okay, these used to be people, and you know, it's not their fault that they're zombies, so they avoid them. They mess with them, but they don't kill them. And I thought that was really an interesting part of the show and the books, that, you know, hey, we're not trying to kill these zombies. We're going to avoid them, but we're not going to kill them. I thought that was interesting. Okay, now we've got Dirk and the zombies. Now Dirk is interesting. He starts out as a big bully, and he's a bully to Jack and Quint, who are the two best friends, the true main characters. But then it becomes a real ensemble throughout the books. And Dirk starts out as this big tough bully, and he's still super strong and tough and everything like that. And he's strong beyond strong. It's a little superhuman and all that. But he is also a good person that we find out through the books. All right, now, okay, Jack Sullivan's best friend, Quint. Okay, so we got Quint and some zombies here, and then we've got Jack Sullivan and some zombies. Very cool. I'm gonna open these and show you them too. Let's see. We also have a little stuffed zombie there, little stuffed zombie. This is a Joe's Pizza delivery zombie. Okay, I'm not sure if this is Bruce because there is a character in the show. There's a zombie that's kind of stuck on a fence at Joe's Pizza. His name is Bruce, so that might be Bruce. All right, then we have a smashing Dozer. Okay, so Dozer, that's gonna have some smashing action there, and Dozers are big and, you know, they're powerful, but they're... Oh, there we go. We hit one of his spikes to do that. They're big and they're powerful, but they're slow and they can be avoided. So we got that. Oh, but then these guys are the winged Wretch. Okay, this is a biting Wretch, so you can make it bite. A biting Wretch, and yeah, winged Wretches they're bad news. Now, the Last Kids on Earth have a very special tree house. They have a special tree fort. It's very cool. This is the tree fort play set. It has a zip line action. It has another Jack Sullivan figure. You know, Jack Sullivan, he's the main character. He's the main guy. It also has some different parts where it'll break away. I'm going to open up and show you what these toys look like all together. Sorry, I busted that. So let me show you what each individual toy looks like. First thing I want to show you is the Tree Fortress of Awesomeness. Now, this is the base of operations for the Last Kids on Earth. We've got a Jack Sullivan figure here, and the Jack Sullivan figure, he's holding like a special boomerang, but it also doubles as a zip line. So this part right here is actually like string that you can hook to something. There's a little hook, and you can make Jack do a zip line down the rope there, and it's got a ladder, and it also has different action items. So if you push this right here, this is a target. You push that. Oh no, Jack has fallen out of the treehouse. The treehouse is partially fallen apart. So there's some things that happen there. Now, this right here is shaped like a toilet seat, and it's got like plungers and stuff. It's one of their like makeshift weapons, and it shoots discs. So these little disc shooters, and on the discs are one side. It is a feat of apocalyptic success. So this is Jack has kind of made everything kind of like a game, and so as he's by himself in his tree fort, he's making up these games that he does with the zombies, you know, whether it's like taking 50 hats off the top of zombies as they walk by, like hanging out of a tree and picking hats off of zombies, stuff like that, and they become his feats of apocalyptic success. And his main feat of apocalyptic success, the thing that he really wants to accomplish, is he wants to save June del Toro. He saw her go into the Wakefield school. That was the very last thing he saw of her, and he knows that she's still alive, and he wants to go after and rescue her, like a damsel in distress, and that's one of his feats of apocalyptic success. So we've got these different things, like one of them here, those are groceries, and is a funny part in the Netflix show where he's trying to bring groceries home, and how that is just that doesn't happen very well. So that is the Tree Fort of Awesomeness. Does some really cool stuff. I'm going to show you each individual character package that has 13 different items in each one. It's very, very cool. I'm going to show you those more up close. I did forget to mention that the Tree Fortress of Awesomeness does come with a couple of zombies. So, and what I like a lot about this is Jakks Pacific made sure that they put little stands for all of the figures so that they can stand up and you can put them in different places and you can play with them. So that's really fun. Each of the action figure sets come with a couple of zombies, as well as your main character, a little bit like play sets that you can use like a backdrop. So this has the backdrop of Big Mama, and Big Mama is a truck that the Last Kids on Earth used to get around Wakefield. We also have a shopping cart that has been modified to shoot discs, and each disc that is included has a feat of apocalyptic success and then what the weapon is. And this is the Louisville Slicer, which is Jack's signature weapon of choice, although he does not use it to kill zombies. Zombies, as they think zombies are basically, they used to be people. It's not their fault that they're zombies, so they just try to avoid them and try to avoid getting bit. So that is the Jack Sullivan set. The June Del Toro playset comes with a tennis ball launcher. So this tennis ball launcher, they actually use that in the show where they're on the roof of the school and they start lobbing tennis balls trying to hit the different zombies. Not to hurt them, just to get points for hitting them. Again, they try to treat it all very much like a game. June here has her signature spear and a couple of zombies, and it looks like kind of a broken down playground there where she is, and you see a zombie up in the net of the basketball hoop. The Quint playset comes with Quint, and he has a special launcher for like a t-shirt launcher. That's what he uses. He is the smartest one of the kids on Earth. He is the one who comes up with different plans and also gadgets and stuff like that, with the help of Dirk. Actually, Dirk does a lot of the heavy lifting and metal work and stuff like that, but Quint and Dirk work together to create a lot of the gadgets. Quint comes up with different concoctions as far as chemistry and things like that. He's brilliant, and he is also probably one of the physically weakest members of the team, but what he brings to the team is his brains, and that gets them out of a lot of trouble. And so it's a really fun Quint set. This is the Dirk Play Set, and the Dirk Play Set you can see has a background like one of the stores, and there's a bunch of zombies that are in a dumpster. There's a couple of zombies coming after Dirk there, and he has his hockey stick and also his launcher, which I forgot to put in here. Here's his launcher. The launcher is like a grill, like an outdoor grill that's used as an outdoor grill, and then also it comes with like a chainsaw. But again, they're not going to be like chainsawing up all the zombies. It's not going to be disgusting like that. There are vines that are growing all over Wakefield, and they'll use a chainsaw on that to get through the vines, because the vines are evil, and they're coming after him too. You'll notice that Wakefield now has a population of 4, and that is because of the 4 last kids on Earth. Nice little play set there with Dirk. This is the Dozer. So the Dozer set, we have our Dozer character, her figure, and you can push one of its spikes, and that'll make his arm move. And you'll notice also that there's a little spot here. This apparently is his weak point. So if you hit the weak point with one of the launchers, now this also comes with another like toilet type launcher that it's very similar to the one that's on the Tree Fortress of Awesomeness, but it has a different feat and a different weapon, and the weapon is fireworks. And so if you were to take this and shoot it at that weak point, you'll knock over the Dozer. Okay, so hit its weak point. So it kind of knocked our little diorama off there. You can see that this is on a football field. We've got the goal post, and the football field actually pretty cracked through the middle. So our Dozer, and our Dozer has a weak point, and you can hit that and play with it. Here we have the Winged Wretch playset, and this has the Winged Wretch. If you push this button here, its mouth will move. And it also has a weak point, and so we have our weapon of apocalyptic, apocalyptic weapon, which is a slingshot. And if you hit the winged wretch in its weak point, it'll not go. Well, if you hit it in the weak point, it'll make the legs kick back and it'll fall over. So legs stay like that. Okay, legs stay up like that. But you hit the weak point, and the legs kick out and they fall over. And that's what you do with the winged wretch. The Blarg toy is huge. Blarg is one of the big bads in the first book, and Jack Sullivan goes up against Blarg. In this set, we have another toilet launcher with a special weapon, which is the Louisville Slicer, and on the back is one of the feats of apocalyptic success. It's a really, really important feat because defeating Blarg is one of the most important feats. Now, Blarg has a few actionable areas. You can push one of his spikes and his mouth will open. One of the things that Blarg can do is he can use his hand and grip things, so you can pick up different characters, or you can pick up zombies, and then, the poor zombie, is going to be chomped by Blarg. Blarg's backdrop is the high school, one of the largest things in Wakefield, and that is the Blarg playset. The zombie ball is exactly what you think it is. It is a ball of zombies all wrapped together. And you can do some different things here. You shake it, it makes noises, but there's also a way to play a passing game, so almost like a hot potato. So whoever ends up with the zombie when it growls or something like that, I don't know, becomes zombified. But this is just like one of the crazy things that happen in the book. So the last thing I want to show you here, Louisville Slicer. This thing is pretty cool. It has a little button right here, and it's going to have sound effects. And you can push up or down and hit that sound effect. So it is a makeshift baseball bat. It becomes the Louisville Slicer because it ends up looking more like a sword. Okay, it has lights, sounds, you're fighting. And then, then you get some different action from the characters, fight, and you keep fighting. There's a little music happening there. Uh-oh.
We'll get him next time.
Oh, I lost! There are certain ways that you push up and down. You can either win, lose. You could say feat complete, which is what I wanted to show you guys, but oh well, we'll get them next time. Anyways, Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures. I'd love to thank Jakks Pacific for sending me these toys. I want to also thank Max Brallier for creating this whole series of toys and of books. They're just like, the characters are so cool. I personally am not a zombie guy. I don't like zombie movies or things like that, but I find them really funny in this series. I find this series one of the like super fun series. Kids love it. And I think they came up with some really great toys from Jakks Pacific. So thank you for sending these to me. It's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Ben Spark, Facebook.com/Ben Spark Family Adventures. And you can find me here making videos all the time. Thanks for watching.